Alright, I'm back. So let's get back into it. It's morphing time. Still see that in the chat. Whew. Alright, Mike, what's up? Lay it on me. The Curl and the Colossus. Just realized I don't have this set up like that. Ah, adventurer. You come at an opportune moment. It would seem we have a visitor. I was pacing about thinking of Round Rocks when something in the shadows drew my eye. I caught only a brief glimpse, but it bore an uncanny resemblance to Quickthinks' constant companion. Shanoa, was it? If the Curl's here, there's a good chance her Illuminati keepers are close by. We'd best track her down, and quickly. Follow me. How do you know her name? How does she know the little cat's name? The little Curl. It's just basically Curls are cats, so in the Final Fantasy universe. Well, at least in this one. Because other games, they do actually have actual house cats and Curls, and they're two different species. Like FF8, for example. Hey, there is a cute little thing. Again, how does she know its name? Shanoa? Just as I thought. It is Shanoa. Or is it? One Curl kitten looks much the same as another, and she doesn't seem to have brought any of her friends. Over there! I like how this takes place in real time, 6 months later, when they released the last raid tier. But yet, it's like we were only apart for like a few days, maybe. She's like, oh, hey, you're back. Like, as if it's only been like a day or two. Uplanders! What are all these snap crashings and... As a dead body. An Illuminati spy, sent by Quickthings to observe our movements like as not. Given the sizable advantage at which we find ourselves, we thought it best to relieve him of duty. Oh shit! He spent his final moments babbling about all of the Illuminati's deranged schemes. Claimed that once the final core was activated and Alexander fully operational, the fortress would gain the power to travel through time, taking them along with it. He seemed quite convinced that Quickthings was a prophet of sorts, a traveler from the future come to the present to return history to its proper state. Aye, and that's not the half of it. According to him, the battle for history has already been won, and not by us. For the future is writ in the Enigma Codex, and we but play out our roles in it. Quickthings, a traveler from the future? That would certainly explain how he was able to anticipate our every move, but... Could it be that he has already conquered the world of tomorrow? Have all our efforts been in vain? Bah! Tongue flaps of crazed Illuminati make braincase hurt. Backricks would speak of different subject. What brings Uplanders back to Shortstop? Having settled upon a plan of action, Sid and I were in the process of making our final preparations with Master Matoya when this kitten scampered in, mewing as if to beckon us. We duly followed her, and she led us here, much to the dismay of the fellow at her feet. This kitten. Yeah, he stole us one to talk about kittens. I'm not one to look a gift curl in the mouth, but something about all of this doesn't sit right with me. She has been at Quickthings' side, make that on his bloody head, every step of the way, and now she decides to betray her keepers? If the cat could speak our tongue, I would have a question or two for her, mayhap even 3. Ugh, I can't believe I'm considering this. I'm even considering this, but then it wouldn't be the strangest thing I've heard today. You there, cat! You're Shanoa, Quickthings' little familiar, aren't you? 2 mews for yeah, 1 for nay. Mew, mew! Oh, I get it. Yeah, I can see it now. So, my limited experiences with cats, since I've never had one as a pet myself, I've only ever heard them go like that. It's my best impression, right? I have heard from comedians and other people, though, that when they get pissed, or they do, you know, they're experiencing maybe a different emotion, or they're a little older, then they can be like, "Meow," like that, which is kind of what we heard earlier, and that's what I talked about with the fat cat mount. But I've never heard that myself in person. So that's why I was kind of like finding it hard to believe that they make that sound sometimes. I was like, I've only ever heard them go like that. It's my best impression, but goddamn, that takes effort. Did she truly... Do you want to go home? Seven hells! I think the bloody furball might actually understand this, and that was a no. But that doesn't mean we can trust her. For all we know, she could be here to do her bastard's dirty work. A moment, Uplanders. Tongue flaps of Round Rocks come to back Rix's brain case. 3 years ago, when Round Rocks found Codex Splinterstone, Round Rocks says, Black Pearl Child is there, onlooking. Backrix thinks nothing of this then, but now? You mean to imply that Shanoa here was present when we attempted the summoning? I very much doubt that. If she were a kitten 3 years ago, she would be a fully grown curl by now. Unless, that is, she took a shortcut through time. An implausible theory, I grant you, but one we cannot well dismiss in light of recent events. If true, it would raise a still more troubling possibility that Round Rocks' discovery of the Codex was no mere coincidence, but an event orchestrated by Quickthinks to further his own ends. Oh, there's something. Oh, this just gets better and better. Look, whatever's going on here, we're not like to find out by standing around talking. We need to delve deeper into that fortress. And as luck would have it, Wedge claims his latest invention will allow us to do just that. I've sent him and Biggs on ahead to the Maker's Quarter to perform their final tests. Meet them there when you are ready. I'll join you as soon as my own preparations are complete. Right on. Leave it to me, Sid. That little chest tap he does. That one's a universal emote. I wonder what staff that is she's wearing, or using, I guess. To travel back in time and set past wrongs right. Who could resist such temptation? And how grievous the consequences of surrendering to it? For in allowing the past to consume us and making our every choice, our every action the correct one, would we not cease to live in the present and in turn lose sight of the future? It is a path not to redemption but to madness. Don't forget to look at what's right in front of us. Reminds me of something from MCU, but I feel like, despite how old the movie is now, spoilers and all that. Well, there, I gave you a warning. Spoilers. I have to get this off my chest. This is for Endgame. Yeah, Avengers Endwalker. I mean, Avengers Endgame, sorry. The thing that Tony said, Iron Man, he didn't want to lose what he had now, if they went back in time and changed the past. His daughter, basically. He did, you know, that's kind of what she was getting at, like, we dwell too much on trying to change the past, we could end up losing what we have now. So just kind of be grateful for what we have now and look to the future and try to make it better by making sure the now is better. Rather than dwelling in the past, yada yada. You know the drill. That's kind of what that reminded me of, though. Rendezvous with Biggs. The Thaliac River. I like the name, or the sound of that name. If Quickthinks truly has seen the future, we may very well be walking straight into a trap. And yet, what other choice do we have? I must apologize once again for my negligence last time, Leon. Rest assured, I have done my utmost to make it up to you with my latest invention. Why, it may very well be my best yet. Yes, I have a good feeling about this mission. This time, we'll show that power-mad Gobby what for. Snapclick's watchguard Steel Giant. Steel Giant will be going nowhere without Snapclick's knowing. You having fun staring at it? Ah, Leon! All fired up and ready to go, are we? Then I'd best hurry up and brief you on the task at hand. In a nutshell, we'll be attacking the Primal on two fronts. As we speak, Y'shtola is leading an attempt to cut off the Primal source of ether. Our job, meanwhile, will be to head into the belly of the beast and rescue young Roundrots. Without her to view the Enigma Codex for him, the Illuminati won't be able to turn back time anymore, giving us a fighting chance of beating the bastards. The chief reckons that the shortest path is through the giant's great fat noggin. The only problem being that it's inside the barrier. Not to worry, though. Wedge's latest wonder will take care of that. He's dubbed it the BBG-2, which he tells me is short for Barrier Be Gone. The Barrier Be Gone 2? Okay. Of course, the barrier doesn't just serve to keep folk out, it also keeps the Primal in. That being why Maid and her mates raised the bleeding thing in the first place. So, the moment it goes down, there will be nothing to stop the Colossus from running rampant if it has a mind to. Which means we're gonna need to move fast. The Chief will take the Excelsior in as close as he can to Alexander's head, or you'll jump off and secure us away inside. Wasting no time, you'll then climb back aboard and Wedge will re-engage the barrier. All before our metal friend even knows what's happening. Got it? Good, because we've got our work cut out for us. Let's get going. Now have access to Eyes of the Creator. Raised from the waters by the thrice-mad Illuminati, the steel colossus Alexander yet towers over the Thaliac, bleeding the hinterlands dry with a thirst for ether that will not be slaked. The time has come for action. As Y'shtola and Master Matoya seek to magically sever the Primal's death grip on the land, you will take to the skies with Sid in hopes of securing an ingress through the Colossus's mighty pate. The realm itself cries out for succor. Will you rise to answer its call? No, I'm going home. Fuck this. Pate. Another word to look up. Pate. Alright, time to deactivate the barrier. Oh, shit! Yeah, that did it. The smoke is too thick. Can't see a damn thing. You'll have to press on alone. Wasn't the plan to drop me off anyway? Drop me off anyway, sorry. 8. The Eyes of the Creator. A person's head. Oh, okay. He scratched his balding pate. His balding head. Nice. Biggs, Wedge, bring the Excelsior around. You're on your own from here, Leon. Good luck and Godspeed. Thanks. Thanks, Sid. I won't let you down. Alright, let's do this. Alexandrian glider. Whoa! Oh, sweet. It's a lot like a Sonic game now, again. The cranial plate. Faust Z? Another goddamn Faust. Hold on. Let me take a quick photo here for the memory. That's good enough. Right here. Alright, let's do this. Knock knock, assholes. I'm coming in. Is that Brute Justice's old parts? Ingress. Molded together into some kind of fucking freakish junk monster? Refurbisher 0. Yeah, seems like it. I can recognize the pieces of Brute Justice in there. Also some of the other creations we fought up to this point too, I think. Alright. Fair enough. Let's do it. Alright, successful opener is successful. Kind of, sort of. Where's the thing? Shit! There we go. Easy peasy. Life support is no longer sealed. This place is called life support? Nice. Fuck out of here. Excuse me. Fine work, old friend. Thanks to you, we have our way in. Stay where you are. We're coming. But first, now that you're clear, we had best get that barrier back up before the big fellow gets restless. Wedge, ready the BBG-2 and reactivate the barrier on my mark. Mark! Here it comes. Oh shit. But now its head is sticking out. Excellent timing, Yustola. Leon has done it. We have a clear path into the heart of the beast. Good. It is a relief to hear that at least one side of the operation proceeded according to plan. The same may not be said of the other. Our efforts to cut off the primal source of ether proved wholly ineffective. Quite why, I cannot say, though I am hopeful that one among us can. What, Mike? On the basis that she summoned the damn thing, you mean? Oh, we meant to say what, Mike? On the basis that she summoned the damn thing, you mean? I think you'd better explain. Like all primals, Alexander constantly draws ether from its surroundings, both to sustain itself and to gain in strength. Master Matoya and I believed we could disrupt or at the very least inhibit this process by means of Arcanema. By creating a vast, impassable etheric membrane between the primal and the land from which it drinks, aye. Which is why the old witch had me place those infernal devices of hers in every nook and cranny of this place. Are you telling me they don't work? Yes and no. As far as we can tell, the Arcanema are functioning precisely as intended. And yet, for reasons we have been unable to ascertain, they have had no measurable effect on the primal. Alright, out with him, Maid. If there's anything you haven't told us, we need to hear it now. We are running out of options. I fear it will not avail us, but... very well. It all began with a curious encounter in my younger days. I was out playing on my own one day when a stranger appeared before me. He told me anything my heart wished for could be mine if I but heeded his words. So she was just a little kid. A child aura. I don't think I've seen those yet. In my youth, or did we? I can't remember. In my youth, I did not fully comprehend what the man was proposing at the time. Nevertheless, his words seemed to burn themselves into my very soul. Reunite the scattered shards of the Enigma Codex, he said, and perform the sacred rite before the ruins that yet stand strong against the river's flow. Who is this guy? Then, and only then, shall your hopes and dreams become reality. With that, he handed me a relic, a horn with a tip of metal. It seemed so foreign as to hail from another world. It would serve as a catalyst for the summoning, he explained. A gift from your friend at Travinshet. And then he was gone. Travinshet. Travinshet? I know the man. Our paths crossed during my time in Limsa in the days before the Calamity. That's right, this is one big 1.0 reference. I might have guessed that the Asians had a hand in this. Y'all remember the horn from the Limsa Laminsa city-state intro for FF14 1.0? I think that's the same horn. That might be the same guy from back then. Elizin in the flashback. Might have been the same guy that was involved in that whole fiasco. The horn of which you speak was once rumored to reside on Seal Rock. That's where they got it from. It is a lost relic of the ancients with the power to manipulate the etheric energy in the very air around us. The Scions have long pursued the horn, fearing the devastation that might ensue were an artifact of such power to fall into the wrong hands. And that was the entire plot of Limsa Laminsa's city-state intro for 1.0, was trying to stop people from using that horn, and then, you know, a bunch of drama ensued. Battles. Fighting. Death. Finally, I do begin to see. If I have the right of it, Alexander's third core is using the horn to draw ether from far and wide. 'Tis little wonder our plan failed. Even without moving an ilm, the primal possesses the means to drain not just this land of ether, but our very star. Then our course is clear. If the old witch's magics won't avail us, we shall just have to get inside and dismantle the core the old-fashioned way. Indeed, and yet we must be wary. We have seen the course of time reversed once before. We may well see it again. Even should we succeed in destroying our target, there is naught to prevent the Illuminati from simply returning the stricken core to its previous state. Aye, they are free to turn back the clock again and again, the primal growing stronger all the while. So what do we do then? We can't just give up. No. We press on. Lest we forget, controlling Alexander requires the Codex, and the Codex is but a useless piece of stone without the mind of the Gabi girl. If we can rescue Roundrocks, Quick Thinks will have no way to flip the hourglass. The Circle of Knowing once tasked me with recovering the horn, and 'twas through mine own negligence that Travinshet acquired it. See? She was involved in that same storyline in Limsa Laminsa in 1.0, so she's recalling to those times when that happened. That whole thing went down. Aren't you glad we saw the cutscenes For 1.0. It all makes sense now, doesn't it? It even ties into Alexander in Heavensward. It's amazing. That it now endangers our world is my responsibility. Even were I not a scion, I should do all in my power to make amends. Whatever assistance I can offer, it is yours. Then it begins. I'll send word to our friends in Idleshire. Biggs, Wedge, ready the Excelsior. Leon, prepare for departure. Let Operation Rescue Round Rocks commence. Whew. Giddy. Wait, what the fuck? There's two of them. I barely noticed. I was like, wait, what the fuck? Backrix is like, They're not one and the same. Schrodinger. Nice name for a cat. Backrix sees Shanoa on top of Whirlycog Giant. This is different, Crow Kitten, so Backrix named her Schrodinger. What does it mean? Backrix does not know. What the hell is all this? That surprised me. Even if we succeed in freeing Round Rocks, what will remain of the girl we once knew? To the Illuminati, she's little more than a cog in their divine machine. They need her alive, aye, but no more than that. And they will not have scrupled to use any means necessary to force her compliance. And the sooner we rescue her, the better. Backrix said he saw Shanoa standing on top of the Colossus, at Quickstinks' side, just as you'd expect her to be. Do you think Backrix's new pet is just a long-lost littermate? The resemblance is truly uncanny. Yeah, they even have the little bell with the red collar. 7 hells! It wasn't enough that those Illuminati lunatics had a bleeding time machine, was it? No, it had to be a time machine with the power to destroy the whole bleeding world! I mean, I'm used to the future of Eorzea being at stake, but this is the future, past, and present all rolled into one! We have to get Round Rocks out of there before those gobbies can put any more of their crazy schemes in motion. Agreed. Speaking of gobbies, have you talked to old Backrix lately? Turns out the kitten you met wasn't Shanoa after all, just a doppelganger. He's already taken the little furball back to the shortstop and given it a name. Schrodinger, or however you pronounce it. Anyhow, I'd best be heading back that way myself. See you there, Leon. Schrodinger. Biggs and Wedge's excellent adventure. Excellent. That's brilliant. Bill and Ted. Already on, man. Or whatever the fuck they said. Ready to head back into the belly of the beast, Leon? Alright, let's get this rescue mission off the ground. First, some good news. While the barrier was down, we were able to get our first good look inside Alexander's innards. As far as we can tell, Round Rocks is being held captive in what seems to be the central control chamber of the whole Colossus. Called, helpfully, Central Control. As to how we reach it, do you remember when you infiltrated Midas? There was that cavernous room with a dirty great city in it? Aye, well, we've spotted one of those floating platforms which goes back and forth between there and the place we need to get to. The quickest route to the city is straight through the giant's head. You'll go in through the hatch you opened for us last time. Take care of any guards, and secure the platform I mentioned. Meanwhile, the chief and the others will be making their way to you via Midas after setting out in advance to sweep the place for any nasty surprises. Once you've all rendezvoused, it'll be time to storm the control room while me and Wedge stage a little diversion. Got all that? Good. Then let's crack some Illuminati skulls. You now have access to the breath of the Creator. History itself stands in the balance, as the Steel Colossus is revealed to have the inconceivable power to transport its occupants through time and space. A power which the Illuminati are all too eager to use to rewrite the past and remake the future in their own twisted image. With time quite literally of the essence, you must find passage to the very heart of the Colossus, where the unfortunate Round Rocks, the key to Quickthings' dark plot, is being held captive. Once more onto the breach, Warrior of Light. Once more. On to clap some cheeks. Not my own. Dare you. How dare you think that way? Alright, you little shits, let's go. I was about to... Okay, that saves me some trouble. Oh! Who the fuck are you guys? Again, these segments remind me of, specifically the part of Sonic Heroes called, Rail Canyon, I think it was. Rail Canyon? I think that's what it was, yeah. That one had a shit ton of grinding rails on it. Okay, I'll pass lead here. That's why it was called Rail Canyon. It was all about that shit. How their shoes weren't worn out completely by the end of that shit is beyond me. Whew. You enter the Excruciatinator. Or is it pronounced Excruciator? There we go. Lane Bricks Strike Box? Another Bill and Ted reference. Wait, actually no, I'm thinking of a different movie. Or am I? No, yeah, I'm thinking of a different movie. Something Strikes Back. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, that's what I'm thinking. Of course my mind would confuse the two. Bill and Ted, Jay and Silent Bob. Alright, fuck this. Bring it on, asshole. Oh, he moved. I wasn't done with my opener, asshole. Oh well, let's see what he's been saying. Flame Bricks is not hating Uplanders, but Quickthings pays much jingly shine. Flame Bricks kills Uplanders dead! Okay. Flame Bricks will flatten Uplanders like polybugs. Oh, with that? Alright. Time to wreck your toy then. Steamroller. Fuck your steamroller. Let's go, me and you. Oops. Too early to do that one again. Well. I like how he warns about that. Uplanders think they are a safe and far place. Think again. Something like that. That was his warning for you to get in close if you didn't want to get hit by that. Hope it was worth the jingly shine. Bitch. I had to switch it up a little, you know, I usually constantly say prick all the time, or asshole, so. Lamebricks does not get enough jingly shine for this. It's almost like he was responding to me, but he said that before I did. Before I said what I did, I just didn't read it because the chat log disappears during cutscenes, so. I hadn't noticed. He said that right as he died. He's like, I ain't getting paid enough for this shit, basically. That's 2 down. Excellent work, old friend. That platform is our shortcut to the heart of the machine. All seems quiet on our front, so... 7 hells! We've got company! Right as he said that. Ah, there you are, Leon. We were met by a small welcoming party, but it was nothing we couldn't handle. Biggs and Wedge just contacted me as well. They're headed here as we speak. Round rocks! So this is the Enigma Codex. And that must be the 3rd and final core. 12, have mercy. If you could but see the volume of ether issuing from it. Dude, I got mesmerized. Like, it took me a minute to start reading out loud what she said, because, like, I stared off into space for a second when the camera panned down there. And then when it switched to a close-up of Ystola's eyes, I was just gone. I was zombified. I was, like, mesmerized by her beautiful eyes. No. But yeah, I was just gone, and then I was like, oh shit, text, I gotta read. I can only imagine what I look like, staring off into space. Yes, much swirly bright, hind wings and spread, travel to overtimes, make bad things good again. Make bad things good again? Oh shit! The election was rigged. It was thanks to Alexander. Could it be? Did we truly have the power to change the past? I could erase my mistakes. I could see him again. Uh-oh, she's starting to get sucked into the dream. She's like, I can make blank great again. 3 years ago, Mide lost dear one. No wonder that orange prick got into office. Mide wants dear one back, yes? Round Rocks helps Mide. Round Rocks, no! You must save your strength. Mide worries too much. Round Rocks is strong, copy. Uplanders, hold on to brain cases. Time wings, spread. She's actually gonna do it. Seven hells, has the girl gone mad? Stop this, Round Rocks! Stop, I say! Oh, it's going backwards. We're going back in time. Like reverse direction. It's kind of funny because one arm is like this. Cleans the goggles. Biggs? But where are we? And why is everything spinning? You busy, buddy? You alright? Biggs! Wedge! Can you hear me? Romrox has engaged Alexander's time distortion mechanism. We're hurtling into the past. We're... What? Both of them at the same time. Hence the name. Biggs and Wedge's Excellent Adventure. It's fucking cool. Oh shit, this is the moment it happened. There's Alexander, they summoned it successfully. Where'd they get that thing anyway? I think they may have mentioned it, but I kind of forgot how they got a hold of the Enigma Codex to begin with, and how they knew that it would summon Alexander is beyond me too. Some books or something that they read that talked about this legend, right? But Biggs, over here! You're not gonna believe this! We ain't in Kansas anymore, or what? Eh? What's my doing down there with those... Hold on! They're performing the summoning ritual! Bugger me! We really are in the past! Yep. Time travel is real, folks! It's here! Look how simplified the platform looks compared to the duty when we actually went into it. The entrance platform at the mouth that they're standing on. What in the seven hells? Someone's taking control of the Colossus. Hold tight. I think it's about to go berserk. Oh shit. That means this is when... They have no idea. They just got sniped. No scoped even. Damn it all. This isn't right. We must abort the summoning. Quickly, Mud. The seal. The old bastard goblins fucked everything up. The Illuminati bastards. Diane! No! He's writing all this down. You getting this down, you four-eyed prick? What? God, what is Metal Making Kitten doing? Oh my god. The poor kitten. How? That's how that happened. Sorry, the way that cat went flying. It did that, I had to play the sound effect. That was hilarious. Oh, Jesus. That's how that happened. It was us going into the past that fucked it all up. Good old time loops, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta love them, right? The cat got left behind. Along with the piece of, well, actually... That was just from the thing that just broke. Oh! There's Brown Rocks, when she talked about it 3 years ago, yeah. She was there when all that shit happened. She wasn't a part of it, but she watched it from far away. Just a little girl playing nearby. Witnessed all that shit. Didn't even freak out at seeing Alexander appear like that. Damn. So that's how the tragedy occurred. We saw it all on the big screen there. From inside. How ironic. It would seem we are back on our own time. Past is made right, and we return to now times. Treasure hunters' friends die, as it is writ as it must be. Uplanders serve quick things well today. That book went... Wait a minute. Uplanders are not grasping meaning. Quick Thinks breaks into bitty pieces, fit in Uplanders' tiny brain cases. Time is flat, round shape, a flat circle. We've talked about this before in a previous Final Fantasy game. All things Uplanders and Gobbies did are doing and will do. Doings happen over and over and over again, for all times. In other words, a time loop. Yeah. So it's a flat circle. So, when Maid and her friends attempted to summon Alexander 3 years ago, what they actually saw was us, traveling back in time? But that's madness! That means everything up to this point in the entire story was already set in stone. Think about the implications of that, folks. Everything we've already done was decided a long time ago. 3 years ago, to be exact. It was already set in stone. Time is an endless circle? My failure, my pain, my suffering. It was all doomed to unfold like this from the very beginning? Seems like it. Let us away, quickly! Maid must hurry! No. Nothing remains for me out there. My future, my past, my reason for being, it all ended before it ever began. Maid! Maid! Aw, poor Brown Rocks. The Calamity was 5 years ago, so yes and no at the same time. If you're a 1.0 player, you were here 2 years before that happened. You know? You were here but not here, because Louis Swa teleported us 5 years into the future. When Bahamut did his thing. If that happened 3 years ago, that means it was 2 years after the Calamity when they summoned Alexander. Technically, the Warrior of Light was not there, yeah. But again, if this happened, it means we were destined to do this. The Warrior of Light, I mean, was destined to cause all this to happen, and cause that to happen 3 years ago. Because without the Warrior of Light, they never would have gotten this far. That's why I was like, everything was decided long before we did anything. Time loops are always mindfucks, aren't they? Like, even if you understand it, your brain still doesn't fully grasp the concept. There's still some part of it that bothers you, you know? Even when you fully understand what's happening, you still feel like you don't. You're still just kind of like, but that's weird, you know? Like, Uplander has seen Round Rocks? Because essentially it creates a chicken and egg paradox at that point. When did it start? There has to be a beginning, right? Like the chicken and the egg concept? But what if there was never a beginning? What if everything that's happened in the universe, now I'm talking in real life, has always happened and has repeated itself many, many times over and will always continue to do so for eternity? That's the implications of thinking of that way. Thinking of it that way and accepting that concept, which is why it still fucks with your mind. Uplander has seen Round Rocks? Backrix hopes she is safe. As for Backrix... Backrix is not liking high places much anymore. You're afraid of heights now thanks to all this, huh? Well, you almost got thrown off the platform. You lost your book and the damn cat went flying off. After it beat the shit out of you. Good to see you safe, Leon. Whatever happened inside the control room, anyway? As for us... On second thought, let's save that for another day. Look how simplified this platform looks. This is why I took a picture, believe it or not. Look at this. Right? Look at the picture we took. Screenshots. And there we go. Do you see this? Look how different it looks. It's like the platform's completely different when you're not inside the eyes of the creator, Duty. It's just the railing's not even there. See? It's like super tiny. It's a condensed miniature version of the platform from the Duty. I'll even stand here. Yeah, this is where I was standing in the picture, right? Like this? See that? Big ass intricate railing and everything. Alright, that's enough of that. There we go. Chief, Histola, and Round Rocks. Gods, I've never been so bloody glad to see you. I thought we'd never make it back in one... Wait, where's Mide? Mide stays behind in Giant of Whirlycogs. All because of Round Rocks. Round Rocks must go back to Giant of Whirlycogs. Save Mide! You leave that to us, child. Wedge, get Jessie on that link pearl and tell her to bring the Excelsior around. Jessie? Who's Jessie? Though I don't much care for the answer, we finally know the truth behind the events of that day 3 years past. The Illuminati masterminded the massacre, and through some ungodly trick of time, 'twas us that brought them there to do the deed. And what about Mide? The only thing keeping her going was the hope that her abused soul lived on in the machine. But seeing what happened to the poor bastard. Aye, we witnessed the truth with our own eyes. Sucked into the core of the Colossus to sate the primal's appetite. If aught remains of him, it is no more than heat and light. Pepe hands. I can't fake tears coming out of my eyes, so I can't really do the whole thing, but... Good shot. Don't have time to frame it all perfectly, though. We gotta get going. Jessie had the nerve to give me a dressing down for not saying please. Said I was getting too big for my britches. Does she have any idea what we've been through? Honestly. Who the fuck is Jessie? Round Rocks is resting back at shortstop. Muchly worries for her friend Mide, but is safe. Backrix is happy to be on flat ground again. Then Uplanders tell Backrix he must go back into Giant of Whirlycogs for next mission. What must poor Gobby do to get some rest? Save the world, I guess. Thus spake Quickthinks. Quickthinks says the future's already been writ, eh? That we're fighting a losing battle? Well, we've got a thing or two to say about that, don't we, Leon? Round Rocks is safe with us, which means the Illuminati won't be turning back time on us anymore. And that's not all. Thanks to your efforts, we've got ourselves a straight path to the third and final core. Aye, the very heart of the Colossus. Put it out of action, and the whole thing will grind to a halt. Let's go, Leon. We'll show the Illuminati that the future is yet to be decided, And save mine while we're at it. You now have access to the heart of the creator. Oh, here we go. Heeding Roundrox's innocent words, Alexander spreads forth its wings of time, swooping you and your bewildered companions 3 years into the past. There you witness with your own eyes, and in a shocking turn of events, helped to bring about by your own hand, the tragedy that befell Maid and her companions that fateful day. Is time truly naught but a circle, a past, present, and future long since preordained, as the mad goblin prophet would have you believe? In the face of daunting odds, you press onward, that you might yet seize control of your own destiny. If such a thing is even possible, right, folks? If such a thing is even possible. Like a giant aetheryte crystal. Hey, let's go. Deep, 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 deep. Hey, let's get the other fools in on this. Or not? The fuck? I was like, did they not see me? I guess not. Oops, could have done this. What the hell is this? Another goddamn transforming robot. Down there. Ruse Chaser. Alright. You gotta go forward and back and then forward and back again. Good old time loops, eh? Alright, asshole, let's do this. Blasty. Designation? Blasty, Intruders, something. I can't read the whole thing right now, I gotta go. Oh, shit! Oh, I have to probably kill that guy. Successful opener. It's successful. You ain't taking me down. Now I can catch up on what he said. Designation, Blasty, Intruders to Central Calculation System detected. Holy shit. Initiating extermination protocol. Activating transformation module. Transition to rapid fire mode. Combat zone and all intruders will be eradicated. By doing that, I'm guessing. Oh, fuck you. That one by far had the coolest fucking song out of all the fights. Holy shit. That was fucking cool. Just a little nod. Nice victory. Cruise Chaser. Designation? Blasting. All systems down. Repeat. All systems. That's it. Those were its last words before it finally broke down and blew the fuck up. Alright. We did it! That was such a cool action sequence. I'm glad I didn't accidentally skip it. I thought I was gonna kill him before he did it. The active time maneuver, I mean. And I was like, oh shit. Outstanding, Leon! Another Illuminati creation reduced to scrapmetal. I'll wager the mere sight of you is enough to send the Gobbies scurrying back to the drawing board. There it is. The heart of the beast. Only now that I see it up close do I comprehend the true scale of the thing. To have reached this size in so short a space of time, the core must be taking in ether at a positively ungodly rate. I'd be willing to wager that it can regrow itself faster than we could ever hope to chip away at it. Which means we'll need to change tack. The central control room houses everything required to operate the Colossus. It's not inconceivable that it might offer us a way to regulate or even shut off the flow of ether to the core. Of course, any attempt to control Alexander is doomed to fail without the guidance of the Enigma Codex. And there is only one person alive who can access its secrets. But Chief, do we really need to drag the poor girl back there? What if she falls into Illuminati hands again? That's true. Him and his fucking book. Uplanders waste their tongue flaps. Quickthinks has seen future. True future. And it ends badly for Uplanders. Very, very badly. Uplanders think they just lazy walk into central control? Quickthinks thinks not. All passages are sealed, all floaty boards disabled. Only way left open is here, through core chamber. And when Uplanders come next, it will be Uplanders' end times. Quickthinks has seen it! Oh, not again. Shh! Shanoa, stupid creature! I couldn't read the rest. Fucking cat! It did it again! Oi, Wedge! Is it just me, or are you getting the feeling we've seen all this happen before? I realize I shouldn't have been so overzealous with the timing on that, though, because I forget there's a delay over here. So, I timed it right on my TV screen, but for you guys it might be off when I do those sound effects sometimes. It is Watcher Book of Backrix! And look, writings end where Backrix leaves off, when Shanoa sends Watcher Book spinny falling from Backrix's fingers. What the... You mean to say the book Quickthinks has been reading from all this time is your journal? The same journal that slipped from your hand when we traveled back in time? So that's how he was able to anticipate our every move. He's no prophet, just a gobby with delusions of grandeur in a diary from the future. You see, he's just a man. Well, in this case, he's just a goblin. Oh, the Matrix 3 reference. Well, actually, 2. Whatever. So the glorious bleeding future he was always going on about. The one that was written was nothing but Backrix's record of the stuff we'd already seen? So from here on out, no one knows what's going to happen then. Safe to assume, right? Bugger me? I've just had a thought. Oi, cat! Are you Schrodinger from the shortstop, or are you Quickthings' familiar, Shanoa? Twice for yeah, was it, Chief? I bleedin' knew it! She's both! After Schrodinger went tumbling down from the Colossus, and don't ask me how she survived the drop, Quickthings found her, took her in, and gave her a new name. It's like they're two cats, but also one, at the same time. Setting aside for the moment the question of whether or not that even makes sense. What possessed that confounded cat, whatever you want to call her, to do all this in the first place? I swear, all she's done is made a right old mess of everything. Now, Wedge. Taking out our frustrations on a mewling kitten won't get us any closer to dismantling the core. Getting back to the crux of the matter. Backrix, you said the journal ends right where you left off, yes? That it's nothing but blank pages from that point on? Did you hear that, everyone? Though Quickthings would have us believe otherwise, the future from here onward, that is still to be written. And I'll be damned if we won't be the ones to write it. You tell him, Sid. We're taking that asshole down. We just leave him behind. We're just like, see you later, kitty. You give a fuck. Future book is gone. No matter. All knowings of true times are safe up here in Quickthings' brain case. Quickthings' chosen one. Mender of history. Truth is unchanging. True times choose Quickthings to do their bidding. True times send Shanoa into past, delivered to Quickthings' knowings of future. True times live inside, guiding all of Quickthings' doings. He believes himself the master of his own fate, past, present, and future, by the whole time loop that was initiated. He thinks it was all his doing, so he thinks he's like this hyper genius, right? Every tongue flap, every busy deal, every brain spark of Quickthings brings the world closer and closer to perfection. Guides Illuminati to rightful place as rulers of New World Order. True times will not be unmade by ignorant uplanders. Quickthings needs no future book, no gobby girl. Quickthings needs nothing and no one but own self. Future has chosen and future chooses Quickthings. Yes. Even now, power granted by true times wells from Quickthings' fingertips. Power beyond understanding of Uplander's feeble brain cases. Okay, there it is. Alexander, Overwatcher of True Times. Deliver divine judgment on ignorant Uplanders and crush them out of existence for all times. Well, shit. So the only reason Quickthings was able to predict the future was because he stumbled onto Backrix's Watcher book 3 years ago? It's not nearly as impressive as being some kind of chosen one, to say the least. All of those uncanny predictions and impeccably timed actions, it was all just a sham. But without his precious book to guide him, it looks like the game is finally up. Yep. Let me see if I've got this right. 3 years ago, the quick thinks of back then found the journal that the backricks of now dropped. Which was only possible because we traveled into the past, what with time being a circle and all that. So, he had a look inside, and not knowing the truth of the matter, got it into his head that he was some sort of prophet chosen to set history straight, and that Shanoa, who miraculously delivered the book to him, was a messenger from the future sent to show him the way. That's all well and good, but the question remains, why did the bloody cat start all this in the first place? Excuse me, what could she possibly stand to gain from setting in motion this ridiculously, convoluted series of events? Another answer found, another question raised, eh, Leon? That's how it always goes, man. You'll never not find an answer that doesn't prompt more questions. As long as you look deeply enough into everything. Judgment Day. Cue the Terminator 2 music. Alright, Leon, this is it. We still don't know exactly how we're going to disable the core, but we do know that our only chance is to get back to that central control room. We also know that there's only one way in, and that Quickthings isn't going to let us through without a fight. Now, we can be pretty sure he can't see the future, not anymore at least. And without Roundrocks to read the codex for him, he won't be turning back time on us either. But he's still a power-mad maniac with some of the deadliest Machina in the realm at his disposal. And after losing that book of his, I'd wager his trigger finger is feeling pretty bleeding itchy. Aye, we'd best be ready for a battle and a half. Muscle against metal. Man against machine. Gods, I don't know whether to laugh, cry, or soil myself. Mayhap all three? Ah, here comes the chief now. It's time to move out. Alright. In we go, I guess. Time moves on, imperfect past giving way to perfect future. Worthy or unworthy of place in New World Order, Alexander will judge. A condensed crystal of ether covering the entirety of Alexander. What the fuck? Yes, all is as Quickthings foresees. Truth hammer of Alexander falls on Uplanders. Ignorant and unworthy are not welcome in Illuminati future. Here, Uplanders meet their end times. It's like a miniature Alexander. Pause, champ. What? Priest time field is deactivated? No matter. Uplanders will be reduced to smolder dust. Fire! Oh, shit! I'm sorry, I had to do it one more time. I've never heard my character scream like that before. It's a new voice for him. Seven hells! Now that was a bit too close for comfort. Is everyone alright? A Colossus inside the Colossus? Look, I don't know what that thing was, but I'm pretty damn sure I know where it went. Or more accurately, when. If I'm not mistaken, what we're looking at is a localized distortion of time. The only question is when our metal friend will reappear. Better not to wait, lest it catch us unawares. Leon, I need you to head into the distortion and dismantle that thing. We'll secure a path to central control while you do. Good luck. Roger that. You can count on me. You now have access to the soul of the creator. Whoa. This is where our last battle was, yeah. I'm quite certain we just witnessed another manipulation of time, but by whom? With Roundrock's gone and the Enigma Codex rendered useless, it can't very well be the Illuminati. Could Alexander have a will of its own? At any rate, we stand ilms from the core, the very heart of a primal. Whatever the true nature of the entity that awaits you in there, you can be sure it'll be like no foe you've faced before. Godspeed, Leon. What? Oh, no, I was trying to talk to Wedge. Talk about a narrow escape! If I'd been standing so much as a yawn to the left, I'd be a pair of smoking boots by now. Like a fucking cartoon, yeah. Anyway, we had better get on with securing the area so that Yusola can bring up the rear with Roundrocks. We didn't want to drag the poor child back here, but she's the only one who can access the controls. So that swirling void is some sort of ripple in time? I can't say I like the sound of that. You take care in there, Leon. Will do. In we go. The soul of the creator. As the crystalline heart of the primal swells ever greater, its thirst for power unquenchable, your only hope lies in calling upon the knowledge of the Enigma Codex to cut off the flow of ether to the Colossus's core. So it is that you and your companions must make a final brave foray into the belly of the great steel beast. Yet your path will not be an easy one, for the Illuminati mastermind Quickthings has promised that your next journey to the core will be your last. Who will be judged worthy of inheriting the future, and who will be cast aside as a forgotten afterthought to history? Your final confrontation with the Illuminati is at hand. Bring it on. Let's fucking do this. So. Can't fuck this up now. Alexander Prime. The battle pose. I had to do it. I am Alexander, the creator. And you who would prove yourself worthy of your utopia will be judged. The time of judgment is nigh. The generals win. Hey there, buddy. Executing Judgment Protocol in 10 seconds. It's like Bahamut. 5 seconds to Divine Judgment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jesus! Like you could hear my character there. Ah! You who would inherit the future, you have proven yourself worthy. Glad to hear it. I'll die. Judgment has been rendered. The verdict of history is... Shit! Even my cooldowns are frozen. Everything. My faithful, to the pass with you, to free these ones from the prison of time. Can't let that go by, right? What's going on down there? Ignorant and unworthy are not welcome in Illuminati future. Here, Uplanders meet their end times. Those are some familiar faces down there, eh? Last one, prick. Oh yeah, and then Well, I just saved my own ass. That shit don't faze me. You thought I wasn't gonna be able to save my past self? Oh shit. I guess I should worry more about the present me now. Might as well finish this combo now. There we go. Mega holy. What was that? Commencing space-time interference? Oh fortress that is mine own body, heed my call. Yeah, for real? Oh shit! Oh, it's mega holy. Jesus Christ! I got a little crazy, I have no idea what I was about to do. I'm just glad I killed him before he did it. Whew! I did read the last bit when we went back in time, but he said, what? Freeze time field is deactivated? No matter, Uplanders will be reduced to smolder dust. Fire! The same exact dialogue from the cutscene we just saw. Alright. I thought I was going to be able to do it alone, and I almost didn't. If it wasn't for the lucky-ass RNG we got in that first fight way back then, for part 2 of the raid tier, but the rest was all kind of smooth sailing. We did it. What's this one? Unable to obtain the Toy Alexander. Because I already have one. Well, shit. It's fine. That's the way it is, and that's the way it is. Alright, job well done. Good to know my fate was in my own hands after all, wasn't it? If I hadn't succeeded in traveling back in time to save my own ass, well, then I would have died in the past, and then I would cause a paradox, because I wouldn't be alive in the present or future or whatever. AKA instant wipe would have just died. Alexander would have won. Well, to be more precise, Quicksand Saltots would have won. You do not disappoint, old friend. The path to the control room is clear. Everyone, follow me. I saved everyone in this room, except you stole a few in there. The flow of ether to the core must be stopped. Pray lend us your strength one more time, child. When Quickthink winds back time, doings of Uplanders will be undone. History will be rewritten and the Illuminati will rule over New World Order. Ha! If you think you can take Round Rocks from us, you're welcome to try. Foolish Uplanders. Knowings of the Enigma Codex are not known to just one. What in the damn thing's responding to him? Uplanders are slow seeing. Quickthinks never needed Gobby Girl from beginning. When the final core is activated and Alexander fully awakens, its power will be such that it could entirely consume any who sought to control it. You were too craven to risk your own life until you had no choice. He shot the shit out of all of them. Oh shit! Treasure Hunter? The treasure hunter is too slow coming. Future has chosen! You poor deluded fool. You never did work it out, did you? The future doesn't choose us. We choose the future. Damn. Absolutely fucking wrecked. Now, child! If I had my proper soundboard, I wouldn't have to worry about delays like that. Timing is everything. So the knowledge in the Enigma Codex allowed you to disable the core. Power stores are depleting rapidly. Without a steady supply of ether, it's only a matter of time before the whole thing grinds to a halt and fades away. Round Rocks is glad to see Treasure Hunter safe, but how is Treasure Hunter sneaky hiding from Illuminati? I don't know. There was a great shaking and I was thrown from my feet into some dark, cramped place. I must have lost consciousness because I don't remember anything until a few moments ago. I might need some more water, holy shit. Ha! Sounds to me like you had a nice nap in a rubbish chute. But what matters is that you're safe. And with that, I think we can declare this operation a success. Phew. All's well that ends well, right? That was quite the trip. Quickthink had a few tricks up his sleeve right to the end, eh? With Round Rocks, we saw the Codex grant its knowledge to a child with a pure, innocent belief in its ideals. Seeing Quickthink do the same, it would seem that crazed obsession is a suitable substitute. Excuse me. Not that it availed him much in the end. Yeah. I feel the presence of the horn beneath us. It and the core have become as one, forming an instrument of unbridled destruction. If we do not stop the core now, it will soon grow beyond the ability of anyone to contain it. Or anyone to contain. It is little wonder our foe was loath to reach out to it with his own hand. But he wanted Round Rocks as a sacrifice instead. I truly remember nothing. It was as if I was floating in a vast, dark emptiness. And yet, I was not afraid. For it was as if a great presence surrounding me in every direction was watching over me, its eyes gentle. Roundrocks is so happy that Mide is safe. Roundrocks has so many treasures to show Mide back at Shortstop. I like the name of the place, Shortstop. Poor Mide, eh? The last truly believed that her beloved was alive somewhere inside that steel beast. Can't imagine how she's feeling now. Yeah. The chief says the advanced calculating device inside the Colossus, Alexander's brain, if you will, is still running on auxiliary power. See that device glowing red over there? There are ones just like that installed all over the place. In that sense, I suppose it's like the entire Colossus is one giant brain. If Alexander puts its full mind to something, why, I bet it could conceive of things beyond our mortal comprehension. Frick. Let me do that again without the... So... Alright. That was the sulky emote. But, you know, the little kick, I was just like, fuck him. Shanoa? Just a cute little meow. Or a mew. Well, I guess that's everybody. 2 platforms. I guess this is the one to get the hell out of here. Alright, let's go. No, not yet. Too soon, too soon. Get the hell out of here. It would seem our work here is done. Let us take our leave. Oh, shit! It's actually like the fucking Terminator. Look at him. What the fuck, man? Is he an actual robot, or why is he moving like that? Damn it all! Didn't we kill that bastard? Negative. Quick thinks better built own body, made stronger than ordinary Gabi. Quick thinks is not unmade by simple flesh wound. That's my best robot voice impersonation. Better built? 7 hells. That's not a mask, it's his face! He's more Machina than Goblin! He's an actual fucking Terminator then. Ah, shit. Here we go again. See, now I need a Carl Johnson soundboard. Ah, shit. Here we go again. O Alexander, Lord of Steel and Whirlycogs, outspread wings of time, let ignorant and unworthy feel divine judgment! He's seriously doing it all over again. Well, somebody, do something! Just sit there and watch him fucking spin the wheels of time backwards and undo everything we just did? The Codex responds. He means to return to the past. Access denied? What means this? This red glow. Alexander is refusing to obey his commands? Oh shit! Alexander, junk brain machine, Quickthings is chosen one. Tongue flaps of Quickthings must be obeyed! Poor bastard. Fried, just like that. It would seem Alexander has achieved what a simple flesh wound could not. Quick thinks is permanent deactivation. Quite how and why is less clear. If I didn't know better, I would say the machine had a mind of its own. Diane? My love, could it truly be you? Oh shit. You were in there all this time, weren't you? Watching over me. Keeping me safe. Did it just blink twice? Bugger me, the machine's actually talking to her! So his soul really was in the primal all this time. Chief, is that even possible? The core. Without the codex to bridle its power, it rages out of control. It drinks in ether like no primal I have ever known. We must stop it now, lest Eorzea be bled dry. Finally, I see. This is why you summoned me to this place, isn't it, my love? I thank you for guiding me here, Leon. And Roundrocks, know that I shall always treasure the time we shared. Farewell, my friends. Mine, no! Mine must not go! My friends, leave this place. Leave now. Fear not. Alexander will trouble you no longer. Well, don't have to tell us twice, I guess. My love! What is this place? How best to put it? We stand inside a mathematical simulation, calculated and projected by the device at the heart of the Colossus. One might equally say it is the dream that Alexander dreams. And what of our companions? Are they... Doesn't this look a lot like where our story began? When you first make your character and you have that dream before you wake up in the little carriage or on the boat in Limsa. This ether-filled realm that's just like some weird dream-like dimension. And their fate was not mine to change, mind. All that came to pass did so for a reason. History as it was, as it should be, free of the paradoxes that spelled its undoing. From this place, unfettered by the mortal construct of time, Alexander looks out upon past, present, and future, seeing infinite possibilities. I see what it sees and feel what it feels. This perfect machine, born from yearnings for an ideal world. Oh, if you could see the worlds we have seen. A world in which the Illuminati rule history with an iron fist, every nation brought under their yoke. A world in which Alexander spread wide the wings of time and swept the lesser moon from the heavens, averting the calamity. Alexander dreamed all the realities imaginable, all the realities mathematically computable, and in the end reached a single logical conclusion. It would change nothing and erase itself from existence. But why? Alexander possesses the power to travel through time and space and reshape history for the better. But such power comes at great cost. The sheer quantity of ether consumed in the process means that Alexander itself would mayhap not immediately but inevitably bring ruin to this world. This perfect machine, this supreme manifestation of logic and science, deemed its own existence a threat. And so it chose to do nothing. To leave history untouched and the future in the hands of man with all his imperfections. Such was Alexander's divine judgment. Makes you think, what if that's God's real plan, right? Just leave it all up to us. And I bring that up and say that only because of the whole biblical theme that they've been going with for Alexander, because holy element. What if that was God's plan from the beginning in real life, right? Just, here you go. You're on your own. Just watching from far away, or blipped himself out of existence and it's just us. Nothing else. And you know, maybe other creatures out there in space, seeing how big it is. It's kind of far-fetched to think we're the only life around, but if there is any others, probably really far away. Yeah, Alexander, like I said a few hours ago at the beginning of the stream, has always been a holy elemental esper or summon magic creature, so I think it makes sense that they went with the holy biblical stuff, or the holy biblical themes for this storyline. I think in FF9 was when he actually sprouts actual wings, like he did here too. Like actual angel wings sprout out of it in the cutscene for that one. Oh right, he has a separate transformation for the Epic of Alexander, the Ultimate or whatever. Anyway, back to this. A time will come when the fate of this world is placed in the hands of one warrior. For reasons hidden to me, the future from that day forth remains shrouded in mystery, beyond even the Colossus's ability to calculate. And yet, Alexander chose to believe in that man and the light within him. Wow. It doesn't even know what the hell's in store for me. I met that man, my love. I believe in him too. There was but a single time Alexander was spurred to action, not to change history, but to preserve it. The summoning of the Colossus and the events that followed had potentially disastrous consequence for our reality. Its fabric strained to accommodate an infinite number of potential futures, separated by nary a thread. False alarm. Oh, wait, there it goes. Excuse me. Were the wings of time to fall into the hands of the Illuminati, the repercussions would be dire indeed. History would be rewritten over and over again, each time bleeding the land of ether. And in the end, the Colossus would usher in another calamity. To prevent this tragedy, to preserve the circle of times that had already been set in motion, Alexander sent forth a humble servant to do its bidding. A clockwork curl, an eternal child, to gently nudge history back into its proper path. A cute little kitten. That was Alexander. And now but one task remains. There it is, we haven't seen that thing since 1.0. Back in the Limsa days. Having become one with the horn, the core is well nigh indestructible. It would only regrow itself until it bled the world dry. And so we must heed Alexander's wish and seal it away, far away from the reach of man. Far from the reach of man. It was implied, but they didn't show it explicitly back in 1.0 that the Asians put that horn in the hands of the people who were, Ysola was trying to take it back from. They had kind of, like, fed them the information on the location of the horn on whatever that island is near Limsa, and yada yada. A closed pocket of space-time, a fraction of an instant that will repeat in perpetuity for all eternity. That is where the core must go, and us with it. Oh man. A tiny, infinite time loop where you're just trapped reliving the same moment over and over for all eternity? Don't you see, my love? We are already there. In coming here, to you, I have closed the circle of time. I am all but certain of it. When I accepted the horn all those years ago, the man who gave it to me said that it had the power to grant any wish. And so, as I took it in hand, I prayed and prayed with every ounce of my will for the one true desire in my heart. What was that? To be with you. Forever. So she wouldn't have it any other way, basically. She's like, I'll gladly be stuck in a time loop with you forever. That's all she's ever wanted. Alright, I needed a moment. Look at this, Leon! It's as if everything inside the barrier is frozen in time. I'll have to ask the chief what he makes of this. Yeah. Alexander's just kind of a lifeless husk now, isn't he? Well, his lower half is like an orb, isn't it? He doesn't have legs. I suppose in previous Final Fantasy games, he didn't even have an orb. He could move around on him. He was literally a stationary tank with 2 arms. He didn't really have legs at all. Not even an orb like that to roll around on. Don't need this anymore. Only needed it for semi-optimal play because it was kind of required for a while there. Roundrox is back in Idleshire with the chief. Everyone's safe and sound, except for my, that is. The poor lass always had a flair for the dramatic, but to think she'd throw herself into the core. It's odd, though. I could have sworn I heard her voice in there, saying the Colossus would trouble us no more, or something of the sort. And for what it's worth, it has been sleeping like a baby ever since we got out. I heard her voice too, Biggs. It's not your imagination. And that's not the half of it. Take a closer look inside the barrier, Leon. It's like time is standing still. Yep, looks that way. Buggered if I know what it all means, but I'd like to believe Maid and her love somehow sealed away the core for us. Softens the blow a bit, you know? Yeah, but it still feels like a knife in the gut. Of endings and beginnings. Now's the time to show proper respect. Phew! I'm still not sure how we managed it, but I'm just happy to be out of that god's forsaken place in one piece. Of course, it's a damn shame what happened to Maid. Hold on a moment, Leon. She's what? Aye, Chief. Leave it to us. Bloody hells, Leon. Roundrox has gone missing. I've been worried sick about the poor lass ever since we got back. I mean, how would you feel if you saw your best friend throw herself into a running engine? Yeah. I'll wager she's run off somewhere the two of them used to frequent together. Wedge and I will have a look around here. Why don't you search the collector's quarter? Come on, let's find her before she gets herself into any more trouble. The place they used to frequent together. The mount from A12S. Oh, it's an orb, isn't it? It's like Gilly, right? It's one of those accompaniment nodes or whatever. Those nodes from Ozzy Slaw. Yep, nailed it. Oh, it is Uplander. Why does Uplander come to this place? Roundrocks is sorry for worrying Uplanders. Roundrocks just wants to go to Quiet Place and do some back thinking. Running out of giant of whirly cogs, Roundrocks feels something rattling in pocket. So Roundrocks reaches in and cannot believe what she finds. Rattling thing is glowstone, Roundrocks' favoriteest treasure. But it is dark. Even with many tryings, glowstone does not glow for Roundrocks. Not anymore. There you are, child. We were worried sick about you. What's that, Leon? Is aught amiss? The Codex no longer responds to her touch. Intriguing. It's not entirely surprising. Were I to guess, I would hazard that it's because this experience has served to open her eyes. She's not innocent anymore. The Enigma Codex was born from one man's all-consuming pursuit of perfection. Its knowledge sealed off from any who harbored even a sliver of doubt as to the merits of the ideals it espoused. Quick thinks, Maid in her youth, Roundrocks. Though their reasons might differ, arrogance, youthful idealism, childish innocence, none thought to question the words within, and so the Codex opened itself to them. But now Roundrocks has seen with her own eyes what blind devotion to ideals can bring. Yeah. And she is not the naive child she was before. She grew up. They say growing up is hard to do, right? Aye, it's all well and good to dream of building something perfect, but sooner or later you have to stop dreaming and start doing. Hammering it together by your own hand, with your own blood, sweat, and tears. In so doing, you are forced to confront your own failings and deal with your frustration at the world's unfortunate habit of falling below expectations. Hells, there may come a time when you just want to tear the whole bloody thing apart and start again. But more often than not, you emerge from it all with something you can hold on to and carry with you into the future. And that will do a damn sight more for you than any starry-eyed ideal. Roundrocks understands. Roundrocks will collect more and more junk. Build city of great treasures with own hands. So, atta girl. Roundrocks has just one wish. Not glowing glowstone is piece of Maid's dream. Roundrocks would give back to Maid. A noble wish, child. Would that we could grant it. But I fear the steel giant and all that lies within that barrier is far beyond the reach of mortal hands. Frozen in a single moment until the end of time. That's a fate I'd not wish on anyone. Unless they wanted it. Which Maid did. Still here! Kitty! Oh, look who it is! You have a real knack for turning up underfoot, don't you? I am reminded of the apparent ease with which this little curl seemed to slip in and out of the Colossus. Were it not for the small matter of time having stopped in there, I'd send her in with Roundrocks' glowstone without a moment's hesitation. Ew! My damn cat impersonation. Two Mews? Might that suggest a willingness to try? Oh, shit. I had to pause for brief moments there and choked up quite a few times just while trying to read Sid's dialogue, just because a lot of what he said a lot of what he said hit home, because I was able to extrapolate what he was saying to very recent experiences of my own, very recent personal experiences. That even when even when life disappoints you, and or the people in this world disappoint you, or the world itself disappoints you, whatever you want to call it, whenever life itself disappoints you, you learn something from it, and you you know, you walk away from it a little stronger than last time. A little stronger than you were before, basically. No such thing as perfection, as they say. Only constant improvement and the potential for it. That potential never ceases until you cease to be. As long as there is life, there is potential. Giving a stone to a cat in hopes of delivering it to two souls trapped in time. Now I think we've seen everything. Do you think those two will ever be free of that place? Mayhap one day, when the perfect future they sought to bring about becomes a reality. In that sense, one might even say their fate is in our hands. Great, it's like Grahatia all over again. The dude is going to be trapped in that goddamn crystal tower until we find a way to open the gate. And that means coming up with the knowledge and technology to make a better world the likes of which he envisioned before he, you know, put himself into an eternal sleep in there. Leave to Roundrocks. Roundrocks works hard. Builds sparkly shining future for mine. I'm not gonna argue with that. As shall we, child. And with that, Leon, we must take our leave. For all you have done to stave off yet another primal threat, you have our gratitude. I contacted Biggs and Wedge to let them know that they can call off the search. Needless to say, they were relieved to hear that Roundrocks is safe. There was also a matter they were looking to discuss with you. They said they'd be waiting for you back at the shortstop. Okay. If you will be returning to the shortstop, I would ask a small favor of you as well. Pray deliver this volume to Backrix and tell him I believe it is that which he seeks. Till next we meet, Leon. The Epic of Alexander. What a fitting name, right? Like, you could use that as the name for this entire storyline, honestly. It's a marvelous story. Mostly because of the scale of it. The fact that it transcends space and time. It's an epic. It's an epic story, so... The Epic of Alexander. That would be a very appropriate name for this story. Oh, that was just me talking. They don't actually use those words ever. I'm kind of doing retroactively saying that the name for the ultimate could actually be used as a name for the whole storyline. I'm pretty sure they didn't come up with that until much later, though. I don't know when the ultimate stuff came out. I think it was after Stormblood, right? Or Shadowbringers, I can't remember. Pretty sure it was Stormblood, because somebody told me you actually have to complete the Stormblood normal raids on Savage difficulty just to unlock them. Most of them, anyway. Roundrocks is sorry for making troubles. Roundrocks will be good, Gavi. Pray here with Bitty Bobs. Or play here with Bitty Bobs. I sit there and play with the little toys. Here we are, then, at the end of yet another harrowing journey. And still with all our important bits to boot. Wait. My favorite wrench! Oh dear, I hope it isn't lost in time and space somewhere. Damn. That sucks for you if it is. Thank goodness Roundrocks is safe. With all the Illuminati stragglers running about, I fear the worst. The girl could at least have the courtesy to tell someone before she goes wandering off like that. It would make sense if they make you have to complete the Shadowbringers Savage raids to unlock the new ultimates tomorrow. But I guess we'll find out tomorrow, right? Make you complete the previous raid tier. That makes sense, honestly. On Savage difficulty, of course. Now Roundrocks is safe at shortstop, and Backrix is easy breathing. Uplanders have thanks of Backrix. Uplanders bring presents for Backrix? Yeah, this weathered manuscript. Judging from the wear and tear of the parchment, this elegantly penned document entrusted to you by Y'shtola appears to be quite ancient. Check it out. This is Charlian Legend Book from Y'shtola. Backrix has waited for Legend Book for a long time. Backrix has been reading about many things. About Enigma Codex and blue-haired Uplander that writes it. Maybe these knowings will save Gobbyflock from Giant of Whirlycogs, thinks Backrix. Now Giant of Whirlycogs sleeps and Gobbyflock is safe. But still, Backrix would fill Braincase with knowings. Fill pages of Watcher Book with data. Let Backrix see. Go for it, dude. Yes. It is just as Backrix... Are Backrix's eyes playing tricks on him? Boy, are you feeling alright there? You look like you've seen a ghost. Page tells fairy legend of Hotgo tribe, uplanders of blue hair. Many years ago in old times, 2 children, boy and girl, outstepped from belly of great steel giant. Oh shit! 2 children grow to man and woman, becoming father and mother of great people of Hotgo. Names of 2 are Diane and Mind. Look at hand drawing. Even faces are same looking. Ye gads! If that's our Mind and Diane, why that means that one day they'll be freed from their fate and reborn far in the past. That's exactly what he just said, according to the writing in that book. So after searching for near an eternity, they finally found the perfect world they were searching for. It may be just a fairy tale, but I, for one, would like to believe it. Yeah, with time travel being a thing, me too. And fairy legend goes on. 2 children step out of steel giant holding small stone. Stone is dark when sitting on ground, but hold stone in hand and shiny lights. Glowstone of round rocks! And that's how she found it. Let me see if I have this straight. The codex fragment you gave to that girl a few moments ago now features in a legend from ages past? That can't be possible. Can it? The fucking cat just walks off. Like, wasn't me. At this point, I'm about ready to believe bleeding anything. But that reminds me. There was something I wanted to ask you, Leon. Remember when we went into the core and almost got our asses fried by that colossus inside a colossus? Well, I felt the strangest sensation then, a feeling that chilled me to the bone. As if something terrible had happened that I couldn't for the life of me remember. Oh yeah? I felt it too! So tell us, did you see anything when you were going in and out of time? Did you have any idea what happened to us while Quick Things was spinning the hands of the clock? I'm afraid I do, actually. You're afraid you do? Well, that's not ominous in the least. On second thought, how about you don't tell us? Thank you very much. You'll get no arguments from me. There are some secrets better left secret, and from the look on Leon's face, I reckon this is one of them. He almost did the actual Pepe laughing emote. Leon did. But he had the mouth closed. He was like, he did this. Anyway, it had seemed this long and thoroughly mind-boggling battle of ours has finally come to an end. Of course, there's still plenty of work to be done, but now that Quickthings is out of the picture, I've got high hopes that Roundrocks and her friends will one day build their shining kingdom of rubbish and refuse. Yeah, exactly, Crimson. They're talking about when I went back in time and saved our own asses. My own ass, but also theirs. So I'm just like, yeah, I do know what happened. But see, like, according to the way you're supposed to do that fight, if you do it synced, like with a full party, only some people get to go in there. Yeah, like you said, the DPS. So if you're a tank, you won't actually know what the fuck they're talking about. But it's like, but me, I got to do everything on my own. So I got to do all the mechanics. Rubbish and refuse. Oh right, they're talking about, that was the end of this last sentence, sorry. Speaking of work, we better get back to it before the chief catches us chattering. Always a pleasure, Leon. Till next time. Yeah, if you don't save your past self, your current self can't exist. Creates a paradox, and then boom. The whole world, the whole universe collapses. So I assume if you fail that mechanic, that means your whole party dies, right? You just lose. Of endings and beginnings. See you later, kitty. That's kind of cool that Cat can travel back and forth in time, then. You can go into Alexander and visit Maid and Diane in the past. And that's how it gave him the little glowstone, or whatever. A little piece of the codex. Of course, Maid and Diane aren't going to remember anything. They're not going to know what the hell that is. But still, it's the gesture that counts, right? It's very cute. So, at the end of the day, they became their own ancestors. Bloody time loops, eh? You have completed the quest Alexander, which I vote should be renamed the Epic of Alexander, but they already used that name for the Ultimate, like I said. But that's what I would call this storyline, if I had to label it. If it was a book and I would title it something, that's what it would be. The Epic of Alexander. It ends right there. Ah! Beautiful story, huh? That was, made me cry quite a bit the first time through. Still made me choke up the second time right now. It's very sad, the whole thing. Sorry about that, I'm getting lost in thought. Alright, let's head back to the inn, I guess. The hairstyle didn't go down in price. Which hairstyle? Something you had in mind that is hard to get, I'm guessing? Oh, right. Alright, folks, that's the end of this one. That's why I came back here, of course. And I was walking just because I was lost in thought trying to think of anything else I wanted to say, but I don't have anything. Sadly, yes. Damn, that sucks. I don't know which hairstyle you're talking about, though. You should send it to me on Discord or something, so I can see what you mean. But, anyway. Like I said, that's it for, this stream, folks. As always, thank you all for watching. I appreciate all the support on YouTube and Twitch, and everyone who comes to see live while I'm recording these. Crimson. I thank you very much for giving me some company, and, yeah. That was the Epic of Alexander. That's what I'm calling it from now on. I'll always denote, I mean the story, not the ultimate, whenever somebody asks, but that's what I'm gonna call it from now on, because that sounds really cool. But, yeah, as always, please take care of yourselves, look after each other, stay safe, and, until next time, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Again, thank you all for watching, thanks for the support on YouTube and Twitch. Peace. Take care, y'all.